Do you miss witchery brewing? I sometimes do. This mod offers you a little bit of some similarities, but a lot of differences. It's really, really innovative. Jack-o'-launcher by Ochotonida. So as the name implies, yes, it's a launcher for jack-o'-lanterns. And yes, that's pretty much what this does. It just adds two things in, and it don't get me wrong. You guys are probably thinking, okay, Valen, this is like a silly mod. What the heck? It's just going to throw pumpkins that are probably going to explode or something. Yeah, they do. But they're customizable. Similar to, in a way, like for a comparison's sake, for those that are like a little bit more older school, like 1.7.10 of Minecraft, similar to witchery in how you can customize your ammunition, and it's at the cost of, a jack-o'-lantern. So I think it's like one jack-o'-lantern gets you 2 ammunition per se, but it's highly customizable, as I said. So first, how do you make a jack-o'-launcher? Recipe, very simple and basic, right? Gets you one of these suckers right here. Really cool. Yes, I'm aiming it at you. It's ridiculous. But it has a lot of different options. So to start with, you will need jack-o'-lanterns, not just pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns. So you will have to have crafted them into the lightable source block. Now, putting these in here, actually, let's put this in there for now. You can first make it explosive by adding a bit of gunpowder. And you can see here it says explosion power 1. And this will make a very simple and basic setup. Let's do this for the moment. And you guys should be able to see that I can basically blow up the scenery. Now, I am in creative. And in fact, just so that it's a little bit easier for you guys to see what's going on, I'm going to use a potion of night vision. But if I use this, it won't use up any of the ammunition. But just think that this is actually only going to provide you with 2 shots. So therefore, you can see it does a small explosion. Doesn't go very far. I have to arc it for it to actually go very far, etc. And it does hurt the landscape, as well as if I get over here with some mobs, it will injure some mobs and so on. So that is how that works. Now, you can customize just that if you wanted to. Take jack-o'-lanterns and up to 4 of these. And it says explosion power 1, but that's just you're adding explosion power on it. Once you're done there, it now says explosion power 4. So let's switch those out so that the closest one to the gun is going to be the explosion power 4. Now, it's going to be the size of like regular big old TNT with a big area, maybe even bigger actually. That's pretty big. Yeah, that's pretty big. So you can change that though. Not to worry. So if I take my jack-o'-lanterns here, and remember, I'm getting 2 for every one of these I'm using. So you're going to want to probably, start your own pumpkin farm after seeing this video, because this is just a lot of fun. All right, so more customization, right? So if I add in a fire charge, nothing happens. Well, it has to be an explosive fire charge. And yes, I can increase how explosive it is just by doing this, if I so desire. So let's use this one. Boom! It's going to blow up the area and light the ground on fire. It's really cool how that just adds a little extra something there. But let's continue on. Get rid of that one. I'm going to add in more gunpowder just to make it explosive, because otherwise it doesn't usually work. You do have to have gunpowder in most cases. But if you don't want to destroy the landscape, you can just add a piece of wool, and it will make it muffled. If you see here, it says muffled. So therefore, I can now use this, and I can blow up things, and it won't blow up the landscape. Now, if I hold the button down, this is as fast as it will launch. So you're not going to be able to like rapid fire this. It's not going to be used in that manner. Now, you can continue. Well, actually, there's so much more to come. So stick around. Don't fall asleep on me here. But if I take more of these, I hope you guys aren't falling asleep on me. I know people have said that they have watched my videos before. But anyway, we're making this one here. Explosion, bounce, boing. It will bounce once and then explode on the second hit. So it's one way of kind of like getting a bit more reach out of it. Or let's see, that one just bounced and then hit. There we go. Or just kind of having a little bit of fun with reaching around corners there, something with your shots, whatever. It's pretty interesting. But let's continue. Let's continue on. We're gonna add in fireworks. Firework stars, papers, what? It's not really working. It doesn't work that way. You got to add in fireworks. This one here is a firework with duration of 1. If I add that in there, explosion power of 1 is what it's going to say. But you'll see that it now can do some other things. Let's get rid of that bouncing one there. Exploding jack-o'-lantern, it says, look, I had made a firework already that was like a small yellow explosion with red twinkles, right? So now when I launch this, it launches in a straight line and then explodes after a short distance with the red fading sprinkles afterwards. Or twinkles. Sprinkles, twinkles. I got my unicorns confused. But it now has this option to shoot in a straight line instead of an arch, but only for a short distance. So if I wanted to make this even further, I could, let's get rid of that one. Let's add in this little bit of gunpowder, and we can add in this one that's the same. Small ball, yellow fade to red twinkle here. In fact, I'll even just kind of like, so you can see that is the firework in world, right? So if I use this, plus a pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern, I keep saying that, it'll automatically do that right away. But you know, you can also increase it even further, make it super explosive if you so desire, and then you can you can blow yourself up in the process. But it'll go a really good distance now, as you can see, before it blows up in a really large area. So let's say that you wanted to do something a little bit more creative than these mundane upgrades. Well, my friends, you can add in potion effects. So like let's add in a splash potion of night vision. So I know it sounds a little weird to start with, right? So that's what I have here. I have 55 seconds left on this. Let's launch it right. No, if I launch this at my feet, it might blow me up. There we go. It's just a potion launcher at this point because I didn't add gunpowder. But you can see my night vision is refreshed, and therefore I'm able to use this as such. Now, here's the thing, though. If I launch it at an entity, let's see. Oh, there's a rabbit. Perfect. And hit it. There's a chance. See, the pumpkin itself, or the jack-o'-lantern itself, will actually do damage. So if you're using this as a healing technique or something, yes, you can switch it out with all sorts of different ones. If you hit them with the jack-o'-lantern, it actually does a little bit of damage. But not to worry, there is more customization that you can do. So let's get this out of here, clear out a bit of this junk from me picking up all these things. And now, if you want, you can add a ton of options. First, let's make this highly explosive. Then we're going to make it so it doesn't blow up the landscape. Then we're going to make it so that it does set the landscape on fire. We're also going to have it so it launches out and does a firework effect in a straight line. And we could even add in, let's see, harm potion. Yes, instant damage too. That sounds great. There we go. So you can see it's got a ton of options on here. Flaming, muffled, etc. All sorts of craziness. So now I can launch these flaming fireballs of death that are just going to devastate the landscape and your frames per second with all this fire that's going to be coming about everywhere. It's highly customizable. I mean, you could make healing pumpkins out of this stuff if you really wanted to, but who's really gonna make healing pumpkins? You know, I mean, seriously, I'm not gonna make a healing pumpkin. But some people might want to use this in an array of different ways, and I hope that you really enjoy this and are creative enough to mess around with it, and perhaps maybe not be as destructive as I am. Maybe use it with muffled and less fire. But hey, if you guys enjoyed this, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, spread the mischief to everyone that you can think of. And don't forget that this is also part of the SpookyJam. Check out links for that in the description below. See you next time. Bye.